You're up, kid.
So we've partnered this year with Taxi Film Production and Davros is the director, and what a combo. These guys have been so great to work with, and they've been alongside us the whole journey from the creative through the production and the post-production, and we are absolutely amazed by the result that we've been able to achieve with them.
Working with the Supercheap Auto team on the Oils 2019 campaign as a new director has definitely been a very challenging but also a very exciting process.
So we've had some fantastic support from our trade partners, Castrol, Penrite, Newline and Gulf Western. These are great partners of our business, and once again it's fantastic that they've been able to support us in this excellent campaign.
This year, we've taken it to the next level. We've integrated a Supercheap Auto team member, 4 different vehicles, 4 different locations, an amazing story that ties it all together.
We've certainly borrowed a few elements from some iconic franchises, James Bond, Jason Bourne, Baby Driver, incredible high-octane action scenes. It's really great to be able to replicate that and add our own unique spin on it in a 4-minute high-action commercial.
So as a 90s child, the 360 Ferrari was the one that you always had hanging in the wall. We were able to get a Spider version, which means it's got the removable top. We were able to find one that was a 6-speed manual as well, with a heavy-duty clutch.
Supercheap are a brand that really understand and speak directly to their market, but also from a direction point of view allows you to bring in comedy and narrative and you know, a bit of drama.
I'm Cam. I'm the owner of Marinello Auto Services, where we specialise in servicing all your high-end supercars, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Maseratis. The car we used for the stunts we did, we wanted a manual gearbox, not the F1, so that way there's more control through the car, especially trying to get to drift and that. And the car we used was a 360 Spider. So the 360 has obviously a 3.6 litre V8, which is naturally aspirated, running 400 brake horsepower and revs to 9,000 RPM. It's quite adequate for the job. I've known Rob Wright for quite a few years now, and he'd probably be the only person I'd trust behind the wheel in one of these cars.
When the whole concept came up about, you know, hey, can we drift a Ferrari? The first person to ask was Cam, look, what do you think? And he made some contacts and here we are, drifting a Ferrari. The Ferrari doesn't have any lock, it's got the weight on the rear tyres and none on the front. It's wider in the rear and it's narrow in the front, which is back to front for drifting as well. So it sort of has everything working against you. And that's what made it so much challenging, so much fun. You know, it's like, well, hey, this is a car you traditionally can't do this with. Let's do this with it. I think the hardest one I've done today was reversing through those beams at 4 kilometres an hour, looking at my mirrors that they're the same colour as the beams. So I was more worried about being the idiot if I reverse a Ferrari and break it then after all the other stuff we've done today.
So traditionally in the past with the best performing oils, we've stuck to cars and stadium trucks. This year we've included the jet boat. So this boat wasn't your average fishing boat. I mean, it had a V8 motor and it needed to be refilled after every single run. So when you've got a jet boat that's worth over $100,000, of course the owner's not going to let you go jump this thing. So we had to hunt down another hull which was identical to the one that we used in the campaign and actually tow it over the top of a ramp to make it look like it had jumped off the back of this boat.
I'm Harvey Paul Phillips, the stunt coordinator on Supercheap Auto Commercial. When they first approached me, they wanted to send a jet boat flying through the air safely. So what we did is we bought a hull of a jet boat, we built a ramp on the side of a barge, and we put a 3-to-1 system behind an F250, and we pulled it at 30k an hour, which then translated to 90k an hour with a 3-to-1 system. Best way and the safest way of doing it is no pilots, no one in it, a couple of crash test dummies, and we sent it on its way. So on the first rehearsal, the boat nosedived and we cracked the hull of the boat. So we got it repaired, and today we went out and introduced cameras and get some really cool shots. This is why I love Supercheap so much, because it's like Fast and Furious. This is the only place where it seems to be doing it now, and if they keep hiring me, I'll keep sending them.
So Woody and Al from the Skid Factory in the campaign are our fishermen. They're sitting on a fishing boat casting a line as the Penrite boat comes hurtling towards them.
So I'm down here with my company, Australian Drone Co. We're specialising in extremely dynamic, engaging shots, and I've got a bunch of good pilots with me. Flying with us at the moment is Rudy Browning, Greg, who is Overflow, and Scott, who is Free Speed. So they've all got YouTube channels. They're all amazing pilots. We've got the Inspire here, which is like a traditional super high-res cine camera, collecting lots of story-driven, detailed shots. We've got the Armour 10 Marmot. People call them race drones or quads. Instead of flying along level like you'd expect to get from a drone, they can flip, they can roll, they can backflip, they can get right in amongst it, under vehicles, around vehicles. To be combining footage from something like this to get the shots that we're getting to cut in with footage of this quality, it hasn't really been done before.
For Newlon this year, we had a Mercedes G-Wagon. Now, G-Wagon is an oversized four-wheel drive that is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. They've got a V8 supercharged engine, they've got 3 diff locks, and they are full leather interior. These things are spec'd to the top. So the quarry that we filmed at was Mount Cotton Quarry. Supercheap Auto were given exclusive access, and we were actually the first people to ever film in this quarry. On set, we were expecting a really dusty, really dirty day in the quarry, but it just so happens that the night before it poured down rain, which actually added to the overall look and the overall feel of Newlon's moment in this campaign.
G-Wagon, which is in German, is go anywhere vehicle or over terrain vehicle. I've worked on various G-Wagons, but this would probably be a first watching a G-Wagon drift. I reckon it's the best thing in the world. European cars, no one does exciting things with them, and to see it going around the quarry, that is awesome.
One of the really good things about having Mighty Car Mods involved is the build that they do for the campaign. The build of their Outfap series has already had 4 million views on YouTube.
It's always really exciting when Reese from Supercheap Auto calls us because you never know exactly what he's going to ask for. This year, he needed a car that could go off-road, big muddy tyres and make lots of noise.
So we chose a Subaru because it can do everything reasonably well and stick together. So we got a Liberty sedan and an Outback. We got everything from the Outback, put it in the Liberty, jacked it up. It's a 6-cylinder, 6-speed manual, and so far so good. We haven't broken it.
It's actually really cool seeing the motorbikes and other cool cars, and then this absolute nugget just faffing its way down the runway is awesome.
The biggest VFX scene that we've done to date in the Best Performing Oils campaigns is certainly the big explosion at the quarry. We actually did film a real explosion, which was something to behold. And then we took footage that we shot on the day at the quarry and we composited those two together to make this awesome explosion a possibility.
Today we are in Coralbin Valley, which is about an hour and a half from Brisbane and about an hour and a half from the Gold Coast. It's just a great place to live. This airstrip is 10 metres wide. I had to let them know the logistics of that so they could find out whether the cars could go sideways or drift or do whatever they needed to do.
So the Mustang was another really unique vehicle that we used in this year's campaign. It's owned by Kent Dalton from High Torque Performance, and if you've ever been to a V8 supercar round, you've probably seen it drifting around the track.
Hi guys, I'm Kent here from High Torque Performance. We specialise in building late model vehicles, down from engine building, dyno tuning, complete custom builds, the whole lot, all done in-house here. Coralbin's a nice little quiet place until we turned up with a Mustang and a crew of about 60. It is a supercharged Mustang Coyote 5-litre engine. It makes more than double the factory horsepower, where it's sitting around about the 800-900 rear wheel horsepower. Got us a chance to actually open the vehicle up. Yeah, what an awesome opportunity to be able to do it again for Supercheap Auto.
So the good thing about wrapping vehicles is that you're able to just supply a layer over the top of an existing wrap. So that Mustang usually is geared up as a Hot Wheels vehicle. So we wrapped completely over the top of it, and within a day, it's a green Castrol vehicle.
G'day, I'm Matt from Tribal Flight. I'm the instructor there. I'm here on the Supercheap Auto production. So today I was a secret agent. I had to fly along with the paramotor, pick up a bag off the other secret agent and fly away. And a lot of people don't really know what a paramotor is. It's a power unit for a paraglider. It was pretty technical today, pretty technical flying, with conditions changing multiple times during the day.
Yeah, so I'm Corey, this is Dan. We started a company called The Drivers. So we provide precision driving, stunt driving for all film and TV, Australia and worldwide. So we're on the Supercheap Auto 2019 campaign, working with MCM guys to come out and drive this Subaru Liberty and put to its paces.
We don't get opportunities to do things like this. So if you get the chance to slide a car around, slide a bike, crash a bike, whatever it is, You know, that's something that we're experts in and we've done it plenty of times.
Yeah, so working with the camera crew is probably #1 priority. You've got to know what they want and try and fulfill their needs, basically make magic happen without the wand. So that's where the drivers come in. We provide that precision, working with camera cars and working with on-set camera people all the time.
You know, every year we get told by the guys working on this campaign, on the Best Performing Oils campaign, that it's the one that they look forward to every year.
One of the cool things about Supercheap, bringing all these oil brands together and doing this massive thing, is just the scale of it. Like, there's not many other ads happening in Australia that are this big with a crew that are like this skilled.
They're the best ads in Australia every year.
Movie
It's
guys,
like every year.
Top end of town, like they just do it properly, and I love that. It's like go hard, and then they get our Subaru.
Yeah, it's really good to be a part of it, and nothing really compares to it in Australia, let alone the world.
It's been a really collaborative, constructive, and I guess a symbiotic process. And yeah, for me, it's been one of the most challenging and rewarding jobs of my career.
So last year we were able to win a World Retail Award for collaboration, and part of that was actually the connection that we had with Mighty Car Mods and also Skid Factory. And so working with these YouTube influencers has actually made our campaign really powerful in terms of the reach that we can achieve through their audiences.
Wrapping up this Best Performing Oils campaign has been about as big a roller coaster as what you see on the screen. I'm incredibly proud to be able to deliver a campaign like this with Taxi, Davros, and also Supercheap Auto.
It's been a real honour to work with Supercheap and Josh, creative director, on this project, and I hope you all like it.